My friends, today we're diving into the beauty of luxury branding. Now, before you start thinking, oh no, this isn't for me, or I'm not fancy enough for this conversation, girl, I need you to stay with me. This is going to open your eyes in the best way, and honestly, I think it might shift the way you see not just your business, but yourself. Friends, have you ever felt like God was nudging you to do something, but it feels so far out of your comfort zone that you want to run the other way? Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the Her Brand, Her Calling podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a space for Christian women like you who want to build something that honors God, a ministry, a faith-led business, a brand that points people back to Him. We're here to talk about the messy parts, the obedience parts, the trust parts, as we dig into branding, business, and faith, so you can build with purpose and boldness, even if you feel unqualified. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's grow together. Hey friend, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. It means the world to me knowing we get to have this moment together to chat about things that matter in your calling, in your business, and in your heart. And before we dive in, I just really wanted to share the sweetest and most encouraging voice note that I received this week.
Working with Chantel has been a blessing. She's incredibly gifted at what she does. But what I love is that she has this ability to understand and to translate a brand vision into clean, beautiful work. That's just brilliant. And what stood out to me the most was how effortless the whole process felt. She was able to capture exactly what I had in mind, and it flowed seamlessly. She's efficient, professional, and the end result went way beyond what I expected. What I love is that she's able to also combine excellence with such natural ease. You never feel stressed. I never felt stressed. It just feels simple and enjoyable. And on top of that, you can see the generosity, the heart, and the talent she brings to her work. I'd recommend her to anyone who wants to bring their brand vision to life with clarity, with beauty, and with excellence. Working with her has been an absolute delight.
How lovely is that message from Monique? And she is from the Caribbean, or if you pronounce it differently, the Caribbean. And Monique, if you're listening to this, I cannot wait to visit you one day. Girl, a holiday in the Caribbean is on my bucket list. So Monique is not only one of my lovely listeners, I had the honor of designing her cover art for her podcast, where she will help Christian women break free from brokenness, setbacks, and struggles. And that will be launched very soon, and I cannot wait to share that with you. It has been such a joy bringing her vision to life. And I am truly blessed by your very kind words, Monique. Thank you so much. And because I love the process so much, I wanted to celebrate with you. And I've decided to give away 5 more free podcast cover designs. Yep, completely free. So if you're launching or leveling up your podcast between now and at the end of October, I want to help you start strong. The link will be in the show notes, so grab your spot before they're gone. Okay, so the other day I was out shopping, nothing fancy, when I caught myself walking differently, right? My head was up high and my shoulders back, and there was a different spring in my step. And why? Because I had a Louis Vuitton handbag on my arm, a gorgeous gift that I had been given. Isn't it funny though? That little bag made me feel so much more together, so much more official somehow. But then I felt this little gentle whisper from God, almost like He was smiling, saying, Chantel, you don't need a designer label to walk like you belong. You're already mine. And I laughed to myself, thinking, bag or no bag, I could still strut like a runway model. But hey, the Louis does make it feel a bit more chic, right? And friend, that hit me because That's what we're really talking about when we say we want a luxury brand. We're not chasing hype or labels. What we really want is to walk confidently, to be seen, to feel clear, elegant, and aligned with who we truly are, without shouting, without trying too hard. Luxury branding isn't about being better than anybody else. It's about showing up with a kind of quiet confidence, the kind that says, "This is who I am, and I'm not in a rush to prove it to you." So if you've ever whispered to yourself, "I want a luxury brand, but I don't know where to start," then this is for you. Let's clear something up first. Luxury doesn't always mean expensive. Luxury means intentional, and it's about the feeling your brand gives. When someone, before they even work with you, that experience of walking into a high-end store, maybe it's Chanel, maybe it's Apple, and there's the sense of calm, that the space is clean, the lighting is soft, everything is thoughtfully placed. There's no clutter, no chaos, just presence and just pure beauty. Luxury branding does that and creates an experience. It tells the world, we take care here. We're not for everybody, but that's okay. So how do you begin to translate that into your business? Well, one of the first things I see with the brands that want to go from DIY to high end is they've got way too much going on. Too many colors, too many fonts, too many visuals fighting for attention. But luxury branding, it's all about restraint. It's about choosing less, but choosing it with intention. Think about Chanel for a second. Black, white, a simple sans serif font. That's it, no glitter, no gradients, and yet it speaks volumes. Have you ever noticed how luxury brands love white space? I mean, they adore it. The space between elements. We call it negative space in design, and it's so powerful. It allows your eyes to rest and creates elegance without trying. When you give things room to breathe, it naturally feels more elevated. So instead of cramming your Instagram graphic with 5 lines of text and stickers, and imagine just one powerful line, centered, with lots of breathing room around it. That's luxury. So now let's talk about fonts, because honestly, this is where a lot of DIY brands go a little bit sideways. Fonts carry a vibe, and the high-end brands usually stick with 2 types of font styles. So one is maybe a beautiful serif font. Think of Vogue, Prada, Rolex. They're all elegant, classic, and timeless. And the other one is clean, minimal sans serif font like Chanel or Apple. They use this style. It's so simple that it actually feels bold. Like they're saying, we don't need to impress you with decoration. Our simplicity is the power. And please, friend, don't go using 5 different fonts across your website and emails and Instagram. Just stick to 1 or 2 that you love. And obviously just making sure that they work together. And then use them consistently. That alone will lift your whole entire brand. So next up, if we talk about color, the quickest way to create that luxury feel is to go monochrome. Black and white is the classic combo. But then here's a secret. They often add just one distinctive pop of color. So like Tiffany has an unforgettable blue. Hermes owns that bright orange. Chanel will occasionally gold. And it's not just any color. It's a signature shade. Use sparingly and with intention. So if your brand leads towards blush and neutrals, maybe you bring in one strong dusty rose or a metallic accent, and then you use it everywhere. That kind of consistency is what creates recognition. Now, when it comes to logos, luxury brands keep it so simple. Most of them use a word mark, literally just their name in a beautiful typeface, and that's it. And sometimes they have a monogram, like if I think of the interlocked C's for Chanel, or the LV for Louis Vuitton, which they might use for patterns or icons in their brand. And they're not out here with mascots, symbols and 50 versions of their logo. It's all clean and minimal and very strong. And oh, let's not just forget the iconic patterns. If you've seen a Louis Vuitton bag, you've seen that repeating monogram pattern, right? And Gucci does, for example, the same thing. It's a design language built into their brand. It's subtle, but it's unforgettable. Now, you don't need a monogram to have a strong brand, but if you do want one, keep it simple and intentional. It's like having your own designer print. It's totally yours. And finally, if you look at photography, please hear me when I say this. Luxury brands use beautiful, high-end photography, not cheesy graphics, no cluttered stock photos, just crisp, well-lit, intentional images. And whether it's a flat layout or portrait, it looks like it all belongs into a magazine, right? So if you can invest in a brand shoot, or at the very least learn how to shoot with natural light and create, nowadays these iPhones are just so amazing in what they can do. And if you can create that consistency in your editing, your visuals are doing a lot of the heavy lifting, especially online. So how do you take all of this and actually now apply it to your brand? Well, first off, don't try and copy what Gucci or Dior is doing. This is not about faking somebody else's vibe. This is about taking these luxury design principles, the simplicity, the restraint, the clarity, and translating them into your own unique expression. So if you're a coach, a podcaster, or a business mentor, your luxury brand might be warm but still polished, feminine but strong, faith-led but not chaotic, clean fonts, consistent colors, purposeful imagery. It doesn't scream, it just invites. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need a luxury budget to start showing up with luxury energy. What you need is clarity, consistency, and confidence. You need a design system that supports your growth, not just a pretty logo you've grabbed one night on Canva. And if you're ready to go deeper into that and to actually build a brand that really feels aligned with the woman God is calling you to be, I'm more than happy to connect. This is my heart. And whether it's a full brand identity or you need a visual refresh, I'm always here to help you bring that luxury essence into every part of how you show up. So to wrap up, if today's episode spoke to you, I would love to hear from you. You can drop me an email or screenshot your review to me and send it to me on email. I would love to connect. And don't forget, my friends, those 5 free podcast covered design spots are open until the end of October. So go check it out in the show notes and grab yours. And friend, in case no one has told you this lately, you don't need to carry a Louis Vuitton to walk like you matter. You already do. You're the daughter of the highest king, and we were made to show up with confidence, not pride, but presence. So walk confidently, build boldly, and let your brand reflect the beauty, excellence, and intentionality that's been waiting inside of you.